Alright, we are down in the laundry room slash storage room slash utility room of 7675 Reed Street. We're here because we do have the 3-inch stack from the bathroom is right here and exposed. Okay, so this is the cast iron pipe. This is what's underneath the footprint of the house. And this is exactly what cast iron always looks like, rough, bumpy, and a little bit of buildup, but that's completely normal for cast iron. We just passed where the kitchen ties in because it got a little bit greasier, which is also completely normal. None of that's been substantial enough to cause any kind of flow issues. Yep, there is a root, amazingly enough, and it is due a cleaning. See here? That whole thing's a root mass. And that's right where that's right outside the foundation. That is the first union between the cast iron to the clay tile. And it was catching waste, and it is causing water to hold a little. See how it's kind of draining through there a little bit now that I punched it?
Is that what that is? Yeah.
Yeah, I see the water level kind of going down. And there was some waste caught behind it. And that's what I'm pushing out right there. That was all trapped behind there. So it was getting close. I'm just going to try to get past all this waste now. Kind of go kind of fast, see if there's any water in the city sewer that I could clean the lens up on. There's a nice little splash. They did a very good job of clearing it up. One little splash. Everything out here since it got cleared up looks great. Comes back a little slower.
Are you out to the city yet?
Yeah, that's the city right there. Looks like the city's been relined, which is good.
Yeah, they did that like 2 years ago or something. Maybe 3. Came in and did it without tearing up the street or anything. Just kind of.
It's a sleeve that'll harden in there, and it's good too because it means that even though I can see your tap and I can also see there's nothing wrong there, it means they've looked at it and made the same determination because they will not reline it until every tap is water and they're confident it's water tap, but tight. They're not going to spend all that money to fix it just to have it turn around and get broken because one of the taps is leaking around it.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, I think we're all tied in a little lower. Could I have you go into the bathroom over here and just give the toilet a flush? Sure. And then maybe turn the cold water on in the sink?
Okay.
At the same time? Yeah, yeah. Because it hasn't been cleaned in a while, the cast iron's going to have some black on it. That's just normal. And that'll help us keep from bringing a ton of it out with us and then having it drip all over the place. That flush made it through the root and hit that waste with some authority. That was good. Because just then out of nowhere that flush came by with all that paper and waste with it. I saw a couple other smaller ones when we were coming back too, but we'll talk about this thing. That is a little bit of an offset, but don't let anyone try to convince you it is a bad one. What's happened here is we are descending, and then it's leveling out, and it's making a right-hand turn. all that stuff, and they've got straight pipe sticking into straight pipe. It's not going to look perfect at the union if you turn it like that, but it's still watertight and water goes over it just fine. It's the same with that right there. They're very common. We call it displacement. It's, that's a little bit of a root there on the bottom, going down along through there and hanging. And there's a little bit of grease attached to it all the way through there. Wow, that one was not huge, but was long. That one was a good 3 or 4 feet long. Unfortunately, one of my little rules says that that pine tree is actually close enough to reach your sewer. Because they always say how big around it is. From what I've seen and the roots I've run into where I didn't expect them, I believe it's, you kick the tree over, yeah, you kick it over, if it can reach it, it can reach it. That was a pretty good sized root right there around that corner too. I don't see any structural problems, but it does need a cleaning. And that right there is, that one's enough that it's going to keep trying to trap waste. Every once in a while the pressure's building up enough to scoot it underneath it and let it go. But that's about ready to cause itself a backup. But I see absolutely nothing that needs to be repaired.
That's actually a really clear picture. I've never seen one of these done before.
That's a brand new camera.
I know that several years back, the next door neighbors had somebody run a camera down theirs, and although they had a huge cottonwood tree on the side of the house, it had roots everywhere.
Well, there are a lot of cameras out there in the hands of some fairly dubious people that are not as easy to see. So you can stop that.
Want to turn that off?
Yeah, you can